All right, there we go. I pressed the wrong button. Now we're good.
All right, my friends. Last time,
On
the
Dragon
coterie
Gauge Nut.
welcomed Sugar to their group, going off to follow a lead that Ophelia had gathered from Madame Whisper, the proprietor of the Whispering Woods Hookah Lounge and Bar, who witnessed the missing ghoul Irene Lennox being loaded into a car and being driven away by the Half Moons, a notorious thin blood gang, getting recorded by CCTV cameras. The coterie followed the car's license registration address to an apartment in the more shady part of New Orleans, breaking into the apartment and gathering any evidence and information that they could before the Half Moons catch their trail, making off with an armful of important looking documents and a mysterious vial of a liquid that smells like very fake artificial raspberry. They give the evidence to Casimir, the sheriff, so he can analyze uh, it in order to find the location of Irene Lennox. And so we open up on the city of New Orleans. The sun rises, the day is bright and crisp, the start of the holiday season. It's been a few days since the night at the Half Moon's apartment, and the mortals are none the wiser. They go about their day, bustling around, buying presents, sipping coffee in the chilly air. But her kindred do not follow them. They do not move, they do not breathe, their hearts do not beat. They are dead in the daylight hours, tucked away in their havens away from the sun. The day drags on as the normal mortals their day drags on as normal as mortals head home from work, eat dinner, and the sun slowly starts to set. As it does, the kindred stir. They open their eyes, sit up, look around in the dark. The night has come to New Orleans. Let's do our rouse checks.
Panic. Uh,
Roll for J Panic.
Yes.
I passed.
All right, Ophelia, you do not get hungrier.
Roll for gay.
Roll for queer.
Lena, if you're wondering what a rouse check is, it is next to your hunger. It is that just click where it says rouse check beneath where it says your hunger. On your sheet. I can also click it for you should you need it.
Moon, I am loading up my thing. Could you roll for me really fast while I get this together?
Absolutely.
Hold on, I forget. Do ghouls need a rouse check?
They do not.
Okay, cool.
All right, Marcus, you do get hungrier.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, damn.
The hanger. So does sugar.
So it should be above your disciplines under hunger, Lena. So do you have the okay? Above disciplines, looking at your hunger.
It's gonna take me a second.
There should be a button that says rouse check.
I believe in you, Lena.
Awesome, because I don't believe in myself.
Don't worry. I am hands.
We believe in you.
Do you want me to click it for you, sis?
Need to learn.
I'll get it for you.
Okay.
All right. You do not get hungrier. All right. So we open up. Jade, you're in your dressing room about to go on stage for your first performance of the annual Nutcracker Ballet at the New Orleans French Opera House. It's the end of intermission, and it's almost time for all the dances of the suites, including yours, the dance of hot chocolate. And coming into the vanity area, you see a big red bouquet of roses on your vanity, and you see a note on it. Do you open it?
Of course.
Marcus, you're in the theater hall sitting in your private box awaiting to see your beautiful dancer on stage. You sent her the roses, so what does the note say?
Knowing Marcus and getting into that mindset, it would be break a leg. I'm always watching. I know you'll do great.
I think she chuckles at the break the leg or the simplest
This simple message of good luck.
yeah. She's giddy. She's like yeah.
All right, so excellent. So the ballet goes on, the house lights dim, and the stage light comes up. The orchestra starts up. There's some time to sort of warm up, get ready, any finishing touches, uh, anything that you would like to do before
girl.
you go on stage.
I mean, stretch. She is
Mm-hmm.
nervous because like it is the very first uh full run through of the season, so
First
with
night
with
jitters.
a crowd. So
Mm-hmm.
stretching, making sure she's good and ready to dance.
All
She's
right.
also extremely nervous because Marcus is here. She's just
All
like,
right.
ah,
Now,
okay.
I will remind you that you do have access to a little thing called awe.
Oh yes.
So when the time comes, you hear the director, you hear Alistair sort of say into sort of like the mic, um, all right, Martins, you're up. Go get them and show them what you're made of. And that's your
Absolutely.
cue. So you can roll me performance, and you can add whatever stat you'd like, craft, dexterity, maybe even your presence rating.
Maybe. Hold on. Performance.
Oh, Kenku stopped playing. Hold on.
I think this would be a charisma based because like she's putting her heart and soul into this.
Mm-hmm. All right, charisma. You could still activate awe and add one more die, I believe.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, so
So yeah. Knock, knock, knock.
all right. Oh, beautiful, gorgeous. All right, so you enter the stage. All eyes are on you. Marcus, you see Jade just float across the stage. She is like a tongue of flame in her red dress. Red and brown dress, the colors of hot chocolate, the Spanish style. It comes as easy to you as walking, as talking. You are one with the dance, and you hear gasps of awe and murmurs and just sort of cheers as there's swells in the dancing. You are as graceful as you have ever been, and Jade, it feels amazing.
I think she's like extremely into the dance and like she is just beaming.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Ophelia, you're on your usual beat, herding tourists around and making sure people are staying out of trouble. So, what's your route usually like?
Well, she needed to get more cigarettes, so she decided to take the more scenic route, and so she could swing by the gas station.
Okay, so you
Pop.
walk into the gas station. There's the ding of the bell that goes off. The usual clerk sort of greets you, and since you're a regular, they already know. They grab whatever carton that you like, set it on the counter, and just wait for you to sort of finish your business.
Ophelia walks over and she says, "Good evening."
Hey, how you doing?
Not
Find
bad.
everything okay?
Yep. My usuals. I appreciate it. Any cigars coming? You mentioned that you might be getting some.
Yes, we actually got a fresh case of them.
I'll
So, usual brand.
Yep, I'll take 2.
All right. And they go over to the back and they grab their your usual sort of poison. And they just sort of like ring it up on the register.
Any news? Anything on the streets?
Nope, not really. I mean, I am definitely of the superstitious type, so I'm not gonna say anything about the pace of work, but you know, it is what it is.
Fair,
Usual night crowd, same old, same old.
fair enough. And she will pull out some cash, give them cash, and it's just like as usual. She's like, "Keep the change." She takes her items, puts them in her jacket pocket, and she says, "Stay safe tonight. As you can see, I'm armed." As she starts to walk out.
You say that to them.
Yes, stay safe. As you can see, I'm arming myself. That means that be careful.
Will do, ma'am. Okay. You can see that the cashier looks a little bit nervous, but sort of accepts the money.
Ophelia steps out. She lights one of the cigarettes and just, old habits are hard to break. Damn you, Marco. And she puts the cigarette back in her mouth and continues with her walk, checking the alleys, guiding people as they need to go, stopping drunk people from punching each other in the face, as funny as it is.
Alright, so give me wits and awareness as you walk about your beat, see if you can spot any trouble.
Alright. Awareness plus wits. What difficulty?
2.
2.
Or, yeah, 2.
2 successes.
You look around, other than the usual drunken hollerer, it's not too hectic. Your presence is known on Bourbon Street, so they know that when you're on your beat, you are not to be trifled with. So,
Yep.
yes.
She's just
everything is just totally chill.
And she's just walking, looking, as usual, checking things out, avoiding bumping into any of the rats or occasional roach that scuttles across the ground.
All right. So now we move just off of Bourbon Street. Sugar. It's pretty busy at the Sugar and Pepper Bakery. Biscuit, it seems, has taken very well to being a shop cat, and it's drawing a number of tourists in to see him. He is absolutely eating up all of the attention. He is spoiled on treats. The tip jar is overflowing. It's a good night, and Pepper looks super happy. What are you up to? What is your position tonight? Sal?
Sorry, I realized I pushed talk on. Sugar is definitely he's holding down the fort at the bakery. I feel like if anything, it's probably a bit of a calmer night, just because the holidays are coming up a little bit, so people are. It's too cold to go out in the middle of the night to his bakery.
Yeah, what do you guys serve to sort of warm the masses? Do you have hot chocolate?
We're definitely serving, we have a bundle going right now for 12 set of cookies and milk. It's the Christmas special, and I feel like Sugar and Pepper are sort of definitely both of them are like the classic S&P bakery sort of aprons, but they've definitely been a little bit like Christmas-fied, and they're both wearing Santa hats.
Adorable. Adorable. Sugar sort of, not Sugar, Pepper walks up and sort of in a calmer moment just sort of hugs you from behind and just says, "This is, man, I haven't seen so many customers in since opening."
Pepper, no, got me mixed up too. Sugar will put his hand on Pepper's and will be like, I know, such a good time. You know, maybe things are really looking up right now. And he'll give Pepper a peck on the cheek, and we'll look over and
He smiles. He smiles, and Biscuit jumps up on the counter with his casual and sort of like is begging and nuzzling for pets.
gotta oblige. I'll go ahead and I'll pet Biscuit. Definitely not supposed to have the cat behind the counter, but it still very much does it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you wash your hands, it's fine. It's fine. And Biscuit is already sort of becoming an unofficial mascot of the Sugar and Pepper Bakery. So, I don't think his presence is very much minded.
For sure. So just enjoying these like calm moments I get.
Lovely. You all go about your business. It's an ordinary night, it seems, but in the unlives of kindred, things are rarely ever this calm. Jade and Marcus. It's halfway through the dance of hot chocolate that you hear it. Though it's muffled, the lights quickly come on inside the theater as people scramble for their coats and phones, the magic of the moment broken. Ophelia, you feel it before you hear it, the rumble in the ground and the smell of smoke and gasoline. Sugar, you hear the screams of people outside as they duck and cover as you hear an explosion. Multiple, breaking glass, the squealing of tires, the wailing of sirens. Do you all carry phones at all?
Yes.
A couple years ago, I ended up in a motorcycle accident.
Fuck, I don't want it to
didn't
play
have
an
health
ad.
insurance at the time.
I didn't get into a motorcycle accident, but I definitely carry my phone on me, and I assume Pepper does too, as we both duck behind the counter.
Jade is in the middle of a performance. She wouldn't have her phone.
Well, you still see people scrambling, and your director comes out on stage and says, "Oh my god."
She quickly rushes to the side.
Okay.
Marcus would have his, but his would be on silent as the performance was going on.
Alright, well, for those of you who check your phones, you quickly start getting news reports and alerts from the citywide system. Perhaps you glimpse it from other people's phones, or perhaps you hear whispers. But the main alert is Bourbon Toulouse Street explosion, emergency response in progress. Do not travel through the Bourbon Street area. Stay indoors.
Ophelia.
Oh shit!
And you all know, because you've visited it before, Bourbon and Toulouse, that's where the Nine Lives wine bar is. That's where Elysium is. And that's where the Camarilla is.
Ophelia,
What do you do now?
Ophelia, starts booking it, but as she like pulls out her phone and like sends a call like to Tony, like, Tony!
Yeah, what's up?
There's a fire.
Yeah, the explosion.
Yeah.
I know.
Listen, get as many people inside as possible. No one in, no one fucking out. Got it?
Got it. You got it, boss.
We're
Just,
we're going into a stage 2 lockdown. Again, no one in, no one out. I'll take care of the bar fees. Just keep them drunk, keep them stupid, keep them happy.
Right, yeah. Just, fuck, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people coming in here. I gotta manage the crowd. Just be safe. Don't go towards it, okay?
And she hangs up at that, and then she's going to, like, just... She, you know what? She was going slow so the wind wouldn't pick up on the phone, but then she just full flash, just boom.
Do you do this in view of other people?
No, she goes into like a play. She goes like back ways to like go super fast.
Okay. Let me just check your sheet for a second to see. Are you using Blink?
No, not Blink. I think, no, she's not really using anything. She's just moving really fast. That's it. She's just basic.
Okay,
probably
so
more.
Fleetness?
Yeah, probably just fleetness. Or,
Alright, so give me...
would it be fleetness? Because that requires add celerity.
Yes, fleetness.
Yeah.
Give me a rouse check, and then you can add your dexterity to see how
Perfect.
quickly you get there.
Alright.
While you do that,
And then dexterity.
Sal, Pepper has ducked behind the bakery with you. He grabbed the cat, just sort of like ducked and covered. Give me a moment.
Dex.
There is a bit of damage to your shop. Some of the windows look cracked.
I assume one of my first thoughts is the second that it's done, like the debris is settled, I'll quickly look up to see if anybody in the shop is injured, because we definitely had customers.
Give me wits and awareness.
Celerity plus dexterity. Difficulty.
I'm gonna say 2.
Alrighty. 3 successes.
What's the difficulty
Alright,
for
so
me?
for you, it's also 2. This is just sort of trivial.
Potency. Oh wait, no. Why is it adding potency?
Yikes. Ooh. Can I use a willpower?
Yeah.
Yes, you may.
Okay, so now I pass.
Alright, so you look around and immediately your beast is alerted. You do smell blood in the air. You see a few customers who are too close to the windows. They had gotten hit with the spray of broken glass. You can see a few of them grabbing napkins, pressing it to their foreheads and faces. No one is too injured, but there are definitely some cuts and scrapes.
I assume that we have a med kit, because, you know, we need to follow procedures. I will quickly, rush for it, and, just, put it on the counter, and I'll also make sure that Pepper is okay.
He is still holding and, hugging Biscuit so close, just like, oh my god, 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 oh my god.
I'll quickly,
what was that?
Pull Pepper up, and I'm like, we need to make sure everybody in the shop's okay real quick. And are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Fuck, that was really loud. What was that?
Here, I'm gonna start trying to pass around, and I assume there's rubbing alcohol, disinfectant. He's like, I'm gonna start trying to get the customers this stuff. Check any news articles online, maybe. I'm sure that there's something up there now.
Yeah. Okay. He fumbles for his phone. Biscuit is clinging onto his shoulder. He brings it up and his eyes go wide. You see his face goes pale. Oh my god.
What's wrong?
There's been an explosion a block away from us.
Where?
I think it said Bourbon Toulouse.
I assume Sugar with already
You've been to the
face, he's gonna turn a little bit whiter, you know what I mean, figuratively, just a little bit paler, as he'll sort of be like, oh, that's really close. Look, we need to get everybody patched up, and maybe I assume EMTs are gonna be going for the surrounding areas, but I think for now we just have to hold down fort and make sure everybody's okay.
All right. Do you make any attempt to sort of go out, check what's going on?
I will check. I will like, as everything's going on, quickly pull out like the group chat with Ophelia and them, and just be like, "Hey, is everybody okay? I'm assuming I'm not the only one who heard the giant explosion and got a little bit affected by it." And I'll just see if I get a response. I understand if I don't, because people are obviously also
Mhm.
in this kerfuffle. So
Ophelia messages back like heading to 9 lives right now. Currently booking it. Sorry, drop my phone.
you get a text back that's just, "I'm gonna hold down the fort at S&P for now. Let me know what happens."
And then you get a
Jade
thumbs up.
Marcus. Sorry, Jade Marcus. At this point, the performance has been called off. People are upset, but they understand. You're making your way through sort of like the lobby crowd, sort of trying to get away from all the chaos. When you get the notification on your phones from Sugar, you get his text and you see Ophelia's. Uh, do you respond? Do you go out to see for yourself?
Um, After getting that message, I would look at Marcus would look at Jade and be like, "We should catch up with Ophelia."
Yeah, we should. Let's get going, I guess.
Okay. All right. So you all reconvene at the corner of Toulouse and Bourbon. When you all arrive, you see a wall of flame where the Nine Lives wine bar once stood. The place is a smoking wreck. It looks like a bomb went off. You can feel your beast squirm in fear as you watch the flames dance, knowing that if there were any kindred inside on the upper floor, they would be nothing but ash.
It's
Well, that's
that's
not
bad.
good. That's extremely bad.
Ophelia begins to steam heavily as she gets pissed off.
Is there a fire hydrant nearby?
There are firefighters already sort of working to put out the scene, and EMTs sort of escorting people around. If you want to do a wits awareness check, see if you can spot anyone else, perhaps a paramedic or any other sort of face.
Ophelia is gonna probably just assist the firefighters, like if one of them's having trouble opening the like valve on the hydrant, she's gonna come over and assist.
All right, so give me a strength and athletics roll.
All right, athletic.
What's awareness? What would be the difficulty for that? Just to kind of see.
Wits awareness is 2.
All right, I got 4 successes.
Ophelia, you basically just almost rip the cap off of the fire hydrant, and the firefighter says thanks and just sort of like plugs it in.
Like he's like having trouble.
Screws in the hose and starts like spraying the flames.
As he's like
Marcus,
trying to get it, she like just kind of comes over and she's like, "I've got it."
Marcus, your beast is on edge. You are looking for anything familiar, any kindred, any familiar face. Your beast is afraid. You got a. Oh wait, hold on. Oh no, you got successes on your. Only your hunger die succeeded. Whatever. Your beast is still scared, but you are looking around, and suddenly you see a familiar face. It's Leon. Leon Fredericks. And
I'll run over to him.
he sort of jolts when he sees you. And
What the hell happened here?
I don't know. you can see that he is doing his best not to cry, for as you know, kindred do not cry tears of water, they cry tears of blood, of vitae. He is shaking. He has his arms clutched close to his chest. He has fringe burns all around his hair, his clothes. It looks like he escaped just as the blast hit. He looks up to you and says, She's gone. She's gone. I was taking her here to hunt to get some practice, and then there was so much smoke and fire, and his voice chokes. He opens his hands. A small pile of ash rests in each of his palms. I couldn't get her out in time. I didn't. She's gone. She's gone.
I know, Max.
Fires die from
Marcus would
fire?
do-
Yes. Kindred are very susceptible to fire.
It's like kind of situation.
Same vein as
Oh my
sunlight.
God.
Yeah.
So
Knowing
Leon-
Marcus in this moment, he would wrap his blazer that he had on for the show around him and be like, alright, just, you need to catch your breath and just calm down. We'll figure out who did this, we'll figure out everything, but this fire needs to go out first.
He sort of nods and he just sort of cups the ash in his palm. You see a familiar ring. It's a ring that Victoria was wearing. And you know that if she had been inside, she would not have survived. Victoria Livingston has met final death.
Shit! Jade, tell
Yes.
Ophelia that Victoria is no longer here with us anymore.
She shallowly nods and just I'll be right back. And she goes off to find Ophelia.
Ophelia is like standing semi nearby, but she's like just watching the flames, her fists clenched, and billows of just steam coming off of her.
Ophelia,
Mm.
I have bad news. I have very bad news.
They're dead, aren't they?
Victoria, yes. Confirmed.
Ophelia is just her eyes remain locked on the on just forward. She just takes a deep, slow, almost animalistic breath and like a sigh, just I need to make a call. And she turns off and she pulls out her phone. Boop, 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 boop. And she puts the phone to her ear. Croc, I need info. Now.
You hear sort of a gritty voice on the other side. Huh? What? You haven't. Listen, I'm dealing with a bunch of different
Bombings.
bits of chaos down here.
We had bombings here. I need to know who set it up. Who did it and why? I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's Roach. I don't care if it's Rat. Someone's giving me answers. Someone's giving me answers to fucking night. And someone's head is ending up on a fucking pike.
All right. Just give me a second. I'm still gathering all the info.
Text me. And
There's a pause. You hear some rustling and some. You hear some rustling. There's a bit of squeaking. And you hear Croc talking in muttered voices. And then he sort of comes back and says, listen, any of the buddies that were sort of patrolling the area for you, some of them either got burnt to a crisp or they didn't see much. They just saw someone chuck something out of the window. No specifics on any kind of, I don't know what they used, but somebody had it out for the Camarilla.
And she's, well, when you find out more, let me know immediately. There's like that undertone in her voice where she's not angry at him, but she is violently pissed off right now.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll let you know whatever we got. And he hangs up.
She puts her phone in her pocket before she just crushes it in her hand, and she's just like trying to calm herself, and she starts muttering to herself and just and then she
Give me composure and resolve.
Composure and resolve.
I'll say difficulty 4.
Right, resolve. Where are you? It's R. Resolve. Oh, here we are. Composure and resolve. Difficulty of what? 4?
Yes.
2 successes. I'm gonna spend a willpower and I'm gonna roll 2 dice.
You can reroll up to 3, but you cannot reroll hunger.
I'm gonna re-roll just the 2 2 normal ones that failed.
Okay.
All right, only 1 pass, so no. She still did not get enough successes.
So you cannot keep your cool. You are furious. You feel your beast sort of coil inside you, the brew pot, you rising up. You just cannot let this stand. Your violent temper boils. Your blood is boiling.
She's just, and as she's still steaming, and she's she's staying away from the mortals because she doesn't want to risk one of them bothering her too much or something, and she backhands one into the next sentry. So she's standing off to the side, but she looks like any person who would be mad, but anyone who knows her would know that she is violently pissed off and is just watching this and trying to be tactical and figure out her next move so she can hurt as many people responsible as quickly and as savagely as possible.
Sugar, back at the bakery, you have sort of patched up everyone who has needed to be patched up, sort of started sweeping the mess. Pepper is still in shock. People are sort of milling about, waiting for rides. You know where Ophelia is?
I'll just text in the group chat. Any update? ?
Marcus, Jade, Ophelia, you get the message. Well, except Ophelia, because you crushed your phone.
She didn't crush it yet. She put her phone away just before she crushed it, but she's not taking her phone out because she doesn't want to crush it. Almost crushed it. She can afford to get a new one, but she likes this phone.
I think Ophelia is the one, Jade is the one that texts back, and she's like, "It's bad. It's very bad."
What happened? ?
Victoria. She's gone.
I say like you get like the typing dot dot dots, disappear dot dot dots. And then he'll just text back. Okay. Is there like what do we know what happened? How it happened? And I think for now Sugar's just gonna try and play it cool in front of her.
Okay.
Jade texts back. Nothing. We don't know anything. Anything yet.
You just
I'll
get
try
a
to keep
text
you
back.
updated.
You'll just get a text back that's just like, I'm gonna try and sort this all out at the bakery. The second it's all done, I'll check in. And I think Sugar's honestly gonna spend like the rest of the day. Second everybody's gone, he's
Night.
gonna like sweep like night, you know what I mean? He's gonna sweep up and definitely be like, look at Pepper and be like, do we have boards to cover up the broken windows?
You can see Pepper is silently crying. This bakery has been his life's work.
I'm gonna run over to him. I'm gonna sit. I assume like we're both just gonna like sit on the floor as Biscuit is definitely in both of our laps, and I'll be like, "Hey, it's gonna be okay. Pretty sure we have explosion insurance, and we can look. We're gonna get everything set back. We're gonna fix this all up, and in a little bit we'll have the shop running up again. Okay?"
Okay. Yeah. Just
Look, I know
maybe
this is really stressful.
maybe we should close up for the night.
Probably. Once the last couple people get out, we'll close it up and can head upstairs and just watch movies all night, okay?
Okay. Yeah. And Pepper hugs you.
I'll give him a big hug back.
So, the scene is yours if you wish to explore the scene. Sugar, you're more than welcome to sort of come join your comrades. You can look for around the scene, perhaps reconvene once the fires have died down.
I think the group chat will just receive a text. Hey guys, I'll try and look a little bit, but my husband's a little bit shaken up. I think I might just spend the night with him for now, but I'll try and get out if I can.
Marcus would reply like, "No need to rush. We'll keep you in the loop." Then like 3 hand emojis. Prayers and wishes go out to you and your husband.
Thanks, man. And I think Sugar will. The door is like a glass door, but like had a wood frame, so he closes the door despite it being definitely the glass is broken. And we'll find sort of anything that will block up the broken windows. And the second that that's all done, he'll head upstairs to watch movies with Pepper and just make sure that Pepper is okay.
All right. Pepper is just sort of on the couch, having sort of cried all his tears. He looks exhausted. The highs of the night have just crashed into something so low. He's petting Biscuit, just sort of absent-mindedly. I never thought something like this could happen.
It's gonna be okay, Pepper. We're gonna get the place up and running soon. Second we do, heck, I'm sure everybody will need a good baked good after this. Let's be honest. And you know, maybe we can spend the next couple nights just going out and having some us time. I know we have some money set aside, you know. So we can maybe go on some date nights and take this as a little vacation for us, okay?
Okay. He sort of
And
like leans into the couch. It
I
looks
think
like he's about to fall asleep.
I'll put on what like his favorite movie, um, whatever that may be, and I'll stand up to go make him some hot chocolate.
Okay. While you're doing that, Jade, Marcus, Ophelia, you're at the scene still.
Mhm.
Leon is still nearby Marcus. He just sort of shakes his head. I guess everyone down below is lucky, but they're stuck. I mean, they probably got out the back once everything went down. God, I couldn't save her.
You did the best you could. Hang on. That's all you can really ask for.
Ophelia's
There was really nothing you could do.
Ophelia's gonna walk up and uncharacteristically of her, she's gonna lay a gentle hand on Leon's shoulder, looking down at him, like waiting for him to look back up, look at her. She like to make sure that he acknowledges her presence, so she doesn't scare the shit out of him.
He sort of jolts a little bit and looks up at you. I did what I could. I didn't get out in time.
Marcus, you did what you could.
Yes,
Sometimes,
Leon.
sorry, Leon, you did what you could. And unfortunately, in life, and in our case, on life, sometimes the best is all you can do. There are many things that we can predict, we can prepare for, but nothing can prepare us for everything. You showed her love and appreciation, and showed her that even in the unlife there are things that to be cherished. Do not look at this as a moment of sadness. Think of it as a time to remember her. She may be gone from us now, but there may be others that missed her. She is with them now. Breathe, learn, grow, and heal, lest you become like me. And then she's gonna take her hand off and walk away.
Spoken like a true warrior philosopher.
That's kind of beautiful. I'm not gonna lie.
That was solid.
She's still like steaming a ton.
Yeah. Do you all wish to do anything else while you're here, or do you want to?
Ophelia's gonna wait until the fire's put out and then start helping move rubble, because she wants to make sure. She may not like the Camarilla, but she's gonna get them out of there.
Okay. Well, give me strength and athletics to sort of start moving rubble. If anyone would like to perhaps comb the rubble for any clues, you are more than welcome to search.
Are the
Do a wits awareness check.
are the firefighters still there?
A few, yes.
I'm trying to decide if I want to use prowess or not.
What would be the difficulty for that searching through rubble?
Give me a moment.
Suppose they'd be more worried about getting people out and less worried about the lady lifting concrete.
Let's say difficulty of 3. Just because some things might have been destroyed in the blast.
Alright, cool.
Moon, how likely are would the firefighters really be paying close attention to Ophelia as she's like lifting chunks of rubble, or are they more focused on like actually getting it out of the way and they don't really care what's going on?
why don't you... Well, they only got 2 successes, so... I guess if you're trying to be subtle about it,
She's not really trying to be subtle. She's trying to be efficient about it, and she's genuinely trying to help. The thing is, I'm just like, are the firefighters going to be like, what the fuck's going on? They're going to be like, oh, thank God, somebody's
so you're
moving.
trying to sort of play it off as you are mortal, but you have
Some
like...
beefy strength, yeah.
Yes. If you would like to do that, you could make an athletics and strength roll, but since it is sort of a social situation, subtract 1 die from your dice pool because your bane is still active, the violent temper.
Yep. All right, I'll do that, and then I'll add my prowess to add my potence to feats of strength. So I need to do a rouse check. All right, I got 1 extra
You
thing.
get hungrier.
But now I'm stronger.
You feel the beast sort of... You feel the beast sort of
Bubble.
crawl in your stomach and bubble and boil, moving along with your temper to do what needs to be done. You cannot let this stand. You start diving into the rubble and start clearing away stone, furniture, bits of wood, anything. The firefighters are too engrossed in their job to sort of
notice. And even though it's a -1 with my potence, with prowess active, it makes it just a 2, so I don't get the full 3 of my potence, but it's a lot, still works out. What's the difficulty?
Let's say 3, just because some things might be a little bit hot. Excellent.
Yep. So she's just...
Yes, so the firefighters are definitely appreciative of your help. They don't really pay too much attention or ask too many questions. You clear out rubble. Surprisingly, the back half of the building is very, it's still very,
pristine.
Very much intact, if a bit singed. The door to the basement where the Camarilla, where Elysium is relatively unburnt. But the front half, so the lounge area, all of the spigots, all of it is sort of a mess, a burnt out shell from the fire.
She's still just digging. Once she sees the door, she immediately starts clearing things away from like the door area.
Marcus and Jade, as you sort of look around and pick through the rubble, Marcus, you don't notice right away, but Jade brings your attention to it. You see, just on the outer edge of the building, you see the symbol spray painted into the wall, a circle half filled in.
Those sons of bitches.
And the words above, she's ours.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna quickly snap a picture of this, knowing it's gonna come in handy later.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna say to Jade, we need to find Ophelia and get this to her people. See what else we can find around here too.
Yeah, I mean, she's over there moving rubble, so I'll go grab her.
Alright, Jade, you clamber across sort of the rubble to Ophelia. It's a little bit difficult, but you manage in your shoes.
in my flats. I'm just like, ah, shit, should have worn my boots.
Should have worn boots.
Hey, Ophelia, I have something you might want to see for, you and your people.
In a second, and she takes like a particularly large chunk of like probably like brick or something and just
Jade instinctually moves to the side. Just like, oh shit, I'm just gonna...
She's doing this with some scary ease.
Just like, right on. You should really see this though.
Ophelia kind of looks back slowly.
It's kind of important.
She stands up a bit more straight and show me.
Yep. Kind of turns and quickly goes back to Marcus and the graffiti.
She looks at it and she it's for a long while, it's just quiet, staring at it. Just it's the emotion on her face hasn't changed. But she's like, I see. So my suspicions were correct.
Yep.
Ophelia, I already got a picture of this. Maybe we can send it down to some of your people. See if anyone saw anything with any of this anywhere.
Send it to me. I'll make sure to send it.
And she already sent it.
And she just continues to stare at it for a second. What is this on? Is it on like wood, stone, carpet?
Around the corner from... It looks like if you were approaching the building, someone had got out, sprayed something very quickly, got back into a car, and went away.
So she just looking at it, and then she very slowly and very carefully takes out her phone and sends the image to Croc, Madam Whisper. She sends it to Croc, Madam Whisper, Eugene, and Sean. And she says, if you've seen anything with this, let me know. To the ones that know about Kindred or know who are also Kindred, she says she just adds a little flavor text of Elysium is in trouble, and she hits send, puts the phone back in her pocket, and goes back to moving rubble. Now away from the door, because now that she's unblocked the door, now she's gonna actually help the firefighters like move stuff out of the way and stuff.
All right. You see the door. You see them sort of open up the door into a dark space. And they shout, "Is anyone down there?" There's no response. Someone starts to go down, but then they're met by a figure on the way up. Ophelia, you see Casimir locking eyes with this man.
Ophelia.
You see him.
Oh no, okay.
You see him sort of. You see his eyes sort of flicker. Well. You see his eyes flicker as he says, "Call off your team." And the firefighter nods and just says, "We're all good here, fellas. Let's move on." And Casimir turns his eyes on you.
Ophelia looks to the other firefighters who are probably a bit confused. She says, I'll handle the rest of this. You've done enough good. Leave it to me.
Give me. Give me. Persuasion, manipulation, -1 because
I'm gonna
you are.
activate awe, so then I can get rid of that
Alright, so you
-1.
add presence rating.
Yep, so that just gets rid of the -1. So what was it? Manipulation and charisma?
Persuasion.
Oh, persuasion. All right, let me. Here we are. Persuasion and manipulation. Difficulty?
3.
3. I'm not too bothered by it.
They look a little bit confused and they say, but we haven't searched down there. Do you know if he was like the only one down there?
She looks to Casimir. She kind of side-eyes Casimir a little bit.
He sort of is unblinking. You can see him flicking his pocket watch. He says, that is all that is down there. I was doing inventory. And they seem to much more readily believe him, and they move off.
Ophelia heads towards Casimir, slowly. Eyes, like, locked with him. I assume... She says, judging by the lack of someone at your side, I assume... And she just kind of leaves the question open in the air.
No. Anatole is safe. I have seen to it.
Very well. And she's like, and the prince?
All is safe.
Then I suppose it is time for us to come to our agreement. How would you like to proceed with this? Because while it happened on my territory, they damaged Camarilla property. Therefore, it's a bit of a mixed venture.
Bring what is left of them to me, and I will see to it that they have a fitting punishment.
I will bring as many of them as I can alive. However, they killed my friend. I can guarantee you one body. Any more than that, you'll have to pick up in a can. And she walks away.
Sylvia, you were in the Camarilla. You were in Elysium proper when the explosion hit. You heard the commotion upstairs, the ceiling shook just a bit. You could hear people panic as they sort of screamed and ran out of different entrances. You had been talking with Casimir about looking for perhaps some part-time work, perhaps some protection. It's at this point that you sort of see Casimir at the top of the stairs. He is a Malkavian, like you. So you have some common ground. Lena, that's your cue. Lena, you're still muted.
Sorry, can you repeat what you just said?
You were in Elysium proper discussing perhaps staying in the area and looking for protection. You met with Casimir, who introduced himself to you as the sheriff, basically the law of the land that the Camarilla is in charge of, asked his permission to stay. Yes, he has granted you asylum, pretty much, with the appreciation, with the approval of the prince, which is sort of like the head, sort of like governor of this community of kindred.
Nice.
And as you had sort of reached this agreement, the explosion hit. So you would have felt the building shake. You would have felt a wash of heat in the above the floor. In the floor above, you would have heard people screaming, running, things collapsing down onto the floor. But Elysium remains relatively unscathed aside from some rubble.
Well, I'm paranoid as fuck that this is my pursuer somehow found me and is like
Casimir
blowing
is standing
shit
at the
up.
top. Yeah, Casimir is standing at the top of the stairs to Elysium.
And what is Elysium
Elysium is basically sort of a part lobby, part gathering place. It's a communal space for the Camarilla, this organization of vampires, to gather. There they
Am I
can
staying
see,
there?
discuss news. You would go here in order to sort of announce your presence and request to stay.
Oh, okay, so that's what I've done. That's what I'm doing here. Well, I want to get out of here. I want to go wherever I'm looking for a place to stay. I think my goal is to be like, hey, I just want to say thanks again, but it really sounds like I've got to bounce.
Casimir sort of holds up a hand and says, "It is all right. You mentioned your stalker, yes? Why you sought asylum? Yes, yes.
He'll go
This
to
is not
any lengths.
This is not related to him.
How do you know what's going on?
I have been tracking a group of Thin Bloods. This is their doing, I am sure of it. They have attacked us for transgression, for some transgression, for stealing from them. They have stolen from us, from the Seneschal, the prince's progeny, and they have done this grave insult. You can see he sort of takes his pocket watch out and he clicks it obsessively, sort of figuring out or thinking and just sort of easing the nerves that you can see in his face. I knew I should not have sent Anatole here.
Jeez. I'm sorry about that. I've kind of got my own fish to.
You're sorry, what? You cut off at the last bit.
Fries.
All right.
I said I gotta skedaddle.
That is understandable, but we do have an investigation ongoing. Should you wish to help, perhaps you could prove your worth to the Camarilla and assist in capturing or locating these Thin Bloods. There is already a group who is working on it.
You're giving me a job. Well, shit, I'm pretty short. I'm pretty short on cash, so why not?
You can see he sort of raises an eyebrow, looks you up and down, and says, "I am sure we can reach some kind of compensation. But for now, seek out the group. The woman I was just speaking to," and he points to where Ophelia had walked off from. "She is one of those group members."
Ophelia, you say?
He didn't mention her name. You just saw a big, beefy woman walking away from him after some kind of tense exchange.
Sorry, I thought I heard her name. Wait, so she's a Thin Blood?
She is not a thin blood. She is one of the people who are working on the case to capture these bloods.
Oh,
and
so I need to
things.
go get a debriefing from the big, beefy woman. Okay.
Yes.
Back, by the way, after getting my laundry.
Hey, Queen.
All right.
Then I'll go. Get right on that.
All right. Ophelia. Yep.
Go for it. Go for it.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm activating stealth mode.
You want to sneak up on her? Or sort of sneak your way through the crowd?
I guess I'd like to sneak my way through the crowd. I don't really want to be noticed by anyone. I just want to get to her.
So roll me. All right, so roll me Dex plus Stealth. So to do that, you would click on Stealth for your second attribute. Click the drop down and click on Dexterity.
Okay, and click Submit.
Yes. For the modifier, do not click anything, just hit Submit. The difficulty is 3.
What?
You are very practiced at this. Even though the terrain is a bit rough, you sort of ghost your way over the rubble. You walk up to the woman that Casimir had pointed out. Sylvia, do you make any attempt to sort of make yourself known before you speak to her?
I unstealth myself. I suddenly appear in front of her.
You did not use unseen passage. You were simply moving gracefully over.
I was just moving gracefully. Okay. Well, yes. I guess something of the same effect. Suddenly I'm just there.
All right. Would you mind describing? Yes. Would you mind describing Sylvia? To what Ophelia would see.
I think an average build, sort of plain looking, unassuming. It's got sort of like shoulder length blonde hair that she always keeps sort of maybe in a neat bun or just sort of pulled away from her face. She has bangs, like me, but that's about all we have in common visually speaking. She has these sort of like grayish blue eyes that are like, you'd think that they sound pretty, but they're not. They're actually, they look
like river rock.
They're like
lifeless, like river rocks.
Lifeless and unsettling. Yeah. And she rarely smiles. And she's I would assume much shorter, or possibly otherwise smaller than she has no muscle on her at all.
Ophelia, you see this young woman in sort of the periphery of your vision, and you whirl around, and suddenly that she's there.
Ophelia, I just finished setting up my bed. Ophelia quirks an eyebrow, and the steam has now wafted off, and now only like any exposed skin is like giving off like very, very low amounts of steam, but just. And you are?
Sylvia Fane. I received an assignment. I was told you know something about that pack of Thinbloods that's behind this explosion.
Casimir sent you.
Yeah.
I see. She kind of looks them up and down. Ophelia is 5'11", bricked up to the nines. Typical leather jacket. There's a vest that kind of that like is open in the front under her jacket. And she is the walking embodiment of, if someone were to put absolute fucking unit in the dictionary, you'd get a picture of Ophelia.
Yeah.
She canonically, she is half black, half Samoan. So she looks and she's, it appears that he's sent someone else to do his job. Thankfully for me, thankfully for him, this is personal. And she kind of pops her knuckles a little bit. And she says, "Come along then."
I stuff my hands in my pockets and I follow.
How long?
All right.
Oh, Ophelia kind of looks back at them like, how long?
5 years.
You're young.
You could say that.
I will. It is the truth. You're young.
Sorry, my laughing is not canon.
No, I love it because
No, that's all right.
I love it because like Ophelia is very just like, it's very Kratos-esque, very blunt to the point. No riffraff, no extra whatnots. It's like you're young. Ah, you could say that. No, I'm gonna say it. You're young. I'm pushing 110.
Wow.
All right. Marcus, Jade, you see Ophelia walking over with this sort of thin, willowy, sullen woman trailing behind her.
Well, hello there.
Ophelia, who's
Would
this?
you like to describe your characters to her?
I guess I'll
Jade,
go
you can
first.
go first.
Okay. Yeah. So Jade is a. I
She has a
Describe it
dancer's
again.
body.
Dancer's body. She's thin, muscular, but on the curvier side.
Yes, and
Yeah.
she is absolutely gorgeous.
She is pretty. She has
Yes.
the dots and pretty. She is currently wearing probably her like rehearsal clothes, so it's like a tank top with a throw shirt over it and like sweatpants and her flats. Her hair is kind of like curly wavy, and it's kind of in a messy bun. She's a very like soft look of concern on her face.
Marcus?
You see this 6'4" tall Spanish man with a man bun, clean shaven beard, olive skin, and these like bright ruby red eyes. He has a muscle tone. He looks like he does CrossFit. Some muscle definition, but not super beefed out. Right now he is in, finer clothes, nice black and red three-piece suit. No longer wearing his black blazer.
Sugar, have you made any attempt to sort of wait till Pepper falls asleep and sort of slip out to meet your fellow coterie members?
I think, like, as Pepper is definitely dozed off, he'll sort of stand up and he'll text the group chat, "Hey, I think I can get out for a moment. What's all happened?"
What's the haps?
What's your major?
What's the sitch?
Yeah, he'll text like, but yeah, he'll just text like he'll just text like, "What's happening? Any updates?"
You all get the message in your phones. Besides Sylvia.
Ophelia
Sylvie doesn't have fun.
Th-
Just kidding. She probably does.
Ophelia texts back. This is now personal. And that's all she texts. She just says, "This is now personal." Then she's still waiting to hear back from her contacts, but she's in a bit of a rush, but she's also just like, I want to fucking punch someone. Maybe Marcus. No.
Oh, god damn it.
Uppercut Marcus into the stratosphere.
Marcus replies, "It was the half moons. The bar is pretty fucked, but at least some people are still kicking." And then hashtag RIP Victoria.
Alright, you send that.
In all caps afterward, it's just Marcus!
I mean, am I wrong?
Ophelia kind of
Is he
flicks
wrong?
Ophelia kind of flicks Marcus at the back and like the back of the head when he types that. Just
Like, not in the messages. She's just like, Marcus, we don't use hashtags for dead people.
When Marcus pauses and he's like, "There's been plenty of hashtags for dead people."
I mean,
but
okay,
you know what?
not like
Understandably, wrong time, wrong place. I'm trying to lighten the mood. I am very upset. I am very angry. This one was literally steaming earlier.
I frequently steam.
Not as bad. Not that bad.
I'm going to.
Steamboat Willie steam. Anyway, but I mean, I understand trying to lighten the mood, but like, she just died. Not even an hour ago, man.
Sorry, who died?
Oh shit. Oh, hi. Forgot you were there. A friend of ours.
Sugar will go ahead and just text the group chat real quick. Is there anything that maybe I can check out real quick?
Jade just goes, donut, question mark?
I regret to inform you that most of our pastries have been lost in the fire. In the explosion, all of them are covered with glass.
Fuck.
Damn it.
Can I?
Ophelia is at this point you get a text back from both Sean and Madam Whisper. Whose do you read first?
She checks Sean's first.
Seen that same symbol on a warehouse down by the river.
She makes a note of that, and then she goes to Madam Whisper.
She says, "Hello, darling. Hope you're doing all right. I do recognize the symbol. That's the same symbol that was tattooed on one of the transgressors' hands the other night."
And she kind of almost like absent-mindedly like swipes it away, but then stops herself for a second. It's like, and she types in like transgressor, and she like question said,
"The ruffians who were loitering outside of my establishment and made off with the girl that you were investigating."
and Ophelia, it's like to herself, is like, "Oh yes, that's right." And she says, "Thank you, madam. I call all the workers in. It's a dangerous night tonight. I don't want them to get hurt." And then she sends it, and then before she sends, she does like the like enter to like add like another like paragraph in, and she says, "Tell Molly to prepare a massage for me. I'm about to fuck some bitches up tonight. Send."
"Will do, dear. Love you. XOXO. Heart."
And then she puts her phone in her pocket and she says, "Warehouse. There's one by Sean. Sean mentioned it. I don't think she's ever told you guys who these people are. She's just by name. Sean mentioned someone. Warehouse.
I mean, if it's one of your contacts, I trust them.
They're the guy who
I
cleans
don't
up.
know who it is, but I trust them.
They're the guy that cleans up your and our messes.
You know what? That's a good guy to have on our side.
Where do you think I keep him around?
Could I look around
Sal?
and see if there's, like, any...
Yes.
What was Sugar doing before Ophelia received a text?
I was gonna ask, can I just go and... I know that they're over near the Nine Lives bar, right? Where they were checking everything.
Yes.
Obviously there's gonna be, like, other places, so can I sort of just go to wherever is, like, closest to me and sort of just, see if I can find anything?
I would say that the Nine Lives wine bar is around 1-2 blocks away, so if you walked over there, you would certainly meet up with the coterie.
I think, like, what I want to do is sort of not avoid them, obviously, but sort of go somewhere differently, so maybe I can find something else that might not have been in that area.
See any other evidence.
Yeah.
Alright. Give me... Let's see. Give me wits awareness.
Difficulty of...
3. You do have...
Yeah, I can use a...
That is... Yes, you may. You can only reroll 1. You cannot reroll the 2 hunger that you have.
Yeah, I'll roll 1. Oh, that was... What the fuck happened there?
I will let you redo... I'll let you redo that one.
Rolled 5 willpower rolls. Failed all of them.
I think you did willpower reroll. Just click on willpower and choose how many die that you need.
That's what I clicked. I clicked willpower. That's what happened.
Oh my god, that was
you clicked
fun.
willpower reroll, and that rerolled all of your willpower.
Oh,
so just click on
funny.
willpower instead of willpower reroll.
It's not my day, guys. It's not my day.
Jesus.
In case it wasn't obvious,
Yes.
5 fumbles.
6.
Unfortunately, as you make your way over, sort of taking the back streets, you do not see anything of note.
Okay.
Perhaps
just
some
text
rubble
the
from
group
other
chat.
buildings, but nothing.
I'll just text the group chat. Tried looking around near the shop, couldn't find much. Sad face.
Ophelia sends a message to them and is like, there's a warehouse down by the docks. We're gonna go check it out. If you do not wish to bloody your hands tonight, I'd suggest stay away. And Ophelia kind of looks at the docks and she just mumbles to herself like, it's been a long time since I've been to the docks. I should get another set. And she starts walking.
Ophelia, you start walking towards the docks?
Yes.
I'll just
Or
text the group
towards the
chat.
river?
Towards the river where the warehouse is. I might have said the wrong thing. I meant the river. I said the docks, messed myself up. Either way, he's going towards where Sean mentioned the warehouse is.
He did not give you any details.
Don't need
Yes.
details. Don't need details. Got a location.
The river is miles long.
Details are for chumps. I mean, but fair.
Details are for chumps.
Details are for chumps. She's gonna ask for. As she's walking, she's gonna send some information like location, particular location. Send.
Give me a moment.
I don't know why I always say send after like I have someone send a text. It's such an odd vocal trait. Like, everybody knows I sent the text. It's not like I'm just sitting there waiting for it to, like, there.
Somewhere between East Riverside and the Irish Channel.
She says, "Thank you. Stay inside tonight. Not safe."
Thumbs up.
She sends that to like all of her like contacts. She even sends it to Pretty Boy, reluctantly.
You do not get a response from Pretty Boy.
Oh, thank God.
And I think that's a pretty good place to end tonight.
No, yeah.
I can't wait to start stealthing around.
Stealth.
I'm really stealthy. That's my thing.
All right.
You-
Thank you guys so much for coming in. Morgan, I am so sorry that we didn't